Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to be going over some spoilers for the Space-Time Smackdown. I just woke up to this, trying to figure out how to get all these images in here in a way that makes sense. Obviously super excited. We're going to be reacting to almost all of these for the first time. I've read like maybe 6 or 7 cards so far, couldn't help myself. And yeah, with that being said, let's just get into it. So we've seen Leafeon and Honchkrow already, so no need to really go into those. We have the Togepi and Togetic. Okay, so Togepi 50 HP and 20 HP pound, so same stat line as Staryu, same stat line as the eggs from the first set. Togetic 80 HP, 1 energy 40. Usually this is 100 HP, which is interesting. Like Marowak. I think there's a couple other Pokemon like that. Maybe sometimes it's 90 for 100, but 80 is pretty not normal. Okay, so we have the Gible we've seen, but we have what was that, Gabite? 90 HP for a stage 1. That's not too bad. Slash is 1 water and 1 ground for 60. It's actually a really strong attack for a stage 1. So that's looking pretty good. Let's see. I want to just shrink this now so you guys can see the entire card. So Riolu 60 HP, 1 fighting, 20 jab. So just standard basic line. That's fine. Okay, now we've got Kirlia and Ralts. This new Ralts has 60 HP, 1 colorless, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. I'm assuming both of these are colorless because I did see that Gallade is fighting, but now you can use either one of these in either the Mewtwo or Gallade package, so that's pretty nice of them. And then Curly has 80 HP and 1 energy slap. That's actually like I think better than the 2 for 30, so that way you can just put 1 energy on it and apply some type of pressure instead of having 2 energy to try and apply any kind of pressure. So I like the new Curlia, not just in the fighting version, but just like in general. We have a Magnemite 60 HP, 1 colorless Ram for 10. And then we have the Magneton that we already had. So I guess we're getting like a reprint. And let's see what Magnezone does here. 140 HP, stage 2. 3 energy for 110. Discard a lightning energy from this Pokemon. So at first it doesn't seem very good, but if we remember Magneton, so let's say you evolve Magneton, you attach an energy to Magneton, or evolve Magnemite, attach an energy, then you use Volt Charge. Then the very next turn you're able to go straight into this move for 110. That's actually not bad. So there might be a lot of like single point strats coming up. We got Eevee, 60 HP, 10 damage. Flip a coin if heads, this attack does 20 more damage. So, I mean, you're doing a minimum of something up to 30. Like, maybe you just want a consistent 20. Maybe you just want to use the one that just flips for all the damage. But it's definitely interesting. Like, we're getting so many Eevees. Now we've got Cresselia and Gible. We've seen these two already. Not much to talk about there. Okay, I think that's it for this section of spoilers. Let me pull up some more. Okay, now we're getting into the tools, which I'm very excited about. Did not think they were going to make this, by the way. This Pokemon this card is attached to gets plus 20 HP. It's going to be really huge considering there's so many Pokemon that hit for 150 and so many Pokemon at 150. Geo breaks a lot of, breakpoints, and this kind of like nullifies that. And you don't have to like potion, on your turn. You can just have this attached, and it's just like, whenever it comes up, it's already, got that additional 20 HP. I'm not sure if there's something in the set that gets rid of Pokemon tools, but I'm assuming this is just going to completely almost nullify potions. So this is really crazy. Was not expecting this at all. Lumberry, it says at the end of each turn of this Pokemon this card is attached to is affected by any special conditions, it removes all of them and discards this card. So it's like a full heal, but again, it's like when you need it. So kind of the same thing I just said about the potion, where like you don't need to play it on your turn, it's just when it's needed, and then it goes, which is like really crazy. So we got the full heal people kind of wanted, but like an extremely good version of it. And then we have Rocky Helmet. If this Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, do 20 damage to the active Pokemon. So it's just Drud's effect, but on a card. So if you put this on Drud, they're going to take 40 damage. So I really wasn't liking Drud already, and now they have Super Drud. This is not okay. This is definitely not okay with Drud. I don't know what they're thinking here. This is going to be really toxic. Alright, Weavile. Stage 1, 140 HP. 1 darkness energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 40 more damage. Okay, I mean, it's a very aggressive card. This is a very aggressive card. So, like, let's say you put the Rocky Helmet on the basic and they attack the basic. They've been dealt 20, and then this is going to be 1 energy for 70. That's kind of wild. I think Mewtwo's in a little bit of trouble now, because it would do 90 to Mewtwo twice. So that puts them in, you know, out of the Cape range, out of Cape Potion, out of Double Potion range. Well, I think everyone's finally got the Mewtwo counter they've been looking for. That's crazy. And I mean a Mewtwo counter that doesn't lose to everything else like Scolipede. We have Cresselia EX, 140 HP. Whenever you attach a psychic energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. Okay, but it's not like it's gonna, most of the time it's not even gonna have damage on it until you put it in the active spot anyway, unless they're like poking it on the bench. This seems a little underwhelming. I do recognize the promo symbol there, so I'm assuming this is the new event Cresselia, like we had Lapras. I don't know why they're against giving us good Pokemon in these events, but again, it's another 3 energy for 80, another 140, another double retreat with an ability that's, you know, kind of whatever. Alright, let me blow this up. So we have the Piplup, it just looks cool. We already know what Piplup does. Oh goody, I'm gonna have to shrink this down already. This isn't a total disaster or anything. Okay, we have Drifloon. 50 HP again. 1 Psychic for 10. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes minus 20 from attack. So just noting that it doesn't have to be that Pokemon. It's just any damage. It takes 20 less damage. It's pretty interesting. Infernape. 170 HP, 2 fire energy, discard all fire energy from this Pokemon. Oh wow, so, you know, hits really hard, but it's going to hit once, but this combined with Geo hits that 150 mark we're talking about, and it's honestly like really huge. It has free retreat. So I guess the idea is you swing in, you lose your energy, the next turn you retreat it, it's probably going to live because it's at 170. You bring up a secondary, you know, attacker, attach an energy to this, and then swap it back in since it has the free retreat. That's pretty cool. So the free retreat kind of is trying to help the discarding of the Flare Blitz, and also it has huge HP and a big attack. So this card's definitely meta relevant. Manaphy, 50 HP again. Choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon. Wait, what? Choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to that Pokemon? What? So it just puts water energy on 2 Pokemon? Is water just like the ultimate ramp? Like, what? Choose 2 of your... I can't be reading this right. Choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. For each of those Pokemon, take a water energy from energy zone and attach it. Wait, it doesn't even have to be a water Pokemon. It doesn't have to be. You just put a water energy on those Pokemon. So this is a colorless ramper as well. What? Why is this card so broken? Could that also be used with like Vaporeon? Since you can just like kind of allocate them wherever you want later? Okay, this is... I'm gonna have to think about that one for a while. This one's insane. Okay, so we've been through this section. Okay, here are just some single ones that I brought up the image for. Bidoof, 60 HP, 2 colorless, Super Fang. Have your opponent's active Pokemon's remaining HP rounded down. So it won't knock anything out on its own, but, you know, let's say you use this on, you know, just a big threat. Half its HP is gone, so it's gonna... And then if they knock this out in response, they just gain 1 point. So this could be like a really good... It's gonna be good in either version, but like a single point or double point deck, because you don't really care if this gets knocked out, because then chances are their EX is gonna be knocked out in 1 hit, and then you're just up. You know, the problem is, do you want to attach 2 energy to Super Fang? Could this be something that Dialga gives 2 steel energy to? I'm not really sure. That's probably too slow. Interesting card. Not sure how much play it's going to see. It could be really broken. It could be, you know, too slow. Alright, is this like Star Raptor? Not sure you say this. 140 HP, stage 2. Beautiful card, by the way. 3 colorless, clutch, 80 damage. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Okay, so now it's just a colorless, you know, Arbok, Galvantula. I don't think it does enough for being a stage 2, but we'll see. Alright, now we've got Rotom. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. 1 colorless Assault Laser, 20 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Poké-Tool attached to it, this attack does 30 more damage. So 1 for 50 if they have a Poké-Tool. This could be pretty decent aggression if Pokemon tools are like everywhere. It's just that if your opponent leads with this, then you just don't attach the tool, right? So it seems like you can really kind of like make this card not so good. Okay, so now we have Gallade, stage 2, HP 170, 2 fighting energy, energized blade, 70 plus. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So let's see, to hit be 20, they'd have to have 3 energy just to clear the 120 mark. It doesn't seem very good. I guess the fact that it's fighting means that it's gonna knock out Pikachu and Pachirisu anyway. Maybe that's why it's built this way. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. So they'd have to have 4 energy for it to knock out a 150. But Mewtwo's not gonna have 4 energy after. Neither is Palkia. I don't know how I feel about this. Let's just say they have 1 energy, right? Then it's 2 energy for 90, which is, you know, Starmie, but this is on a stage 2. So they'd have to have at least 2 energy to deal 20 more damage, but again, it's a stage 2. So, not sure how I feel about this card right now. Alright, here we go. Garchomp. Stage 2, 140 HP. You must discard a card from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. So we have some filtering finally. Obviously, very good effect. And then we have 1 water, 1 fighting energy to Dragon Claw for 100 damage. Obviously, with Cynthia, this is hitting that 150 mark. But we have Blue and we have Cape now. When do you ever run Blue over Cape? I guess if there is a card that gets rid of tools, then, you know, they can't really interact that way. But, yeah, dealing 150 for 2 energy is insane. It's a single point. So it's going to be a strong, aggressive single point deck, because we also saw that the stage 1 version has 2 energy for 60 damage, which is pretty crazy. Alright, now we have... let me center this a little bit better, it's bothering me. Now we've got Togekiss, 140 HP, 2 psychic energy. During your next turn, this Pokemon's Overdrive Smash does 60 more damage. So it can either do 110 the first time, or 170 the second time with Cynthia. So, also it can just do 110 and then 120 if you use Cynthia the first time, and then just use Overdrive Smash again. So that's really crazy. like for 2 energy, and then with slabs you have some more filtering that other decks just like kind of don't have. Wow. Yeah, this card's super aggressive, super good finisher. Again, single point. Man, what do you... I'm trying to think of what you pair this with, though. Because, you know, you obviously don't need Guardy. Its requirements are so cheap. Maybe there's another aggressive Psychic Pokemon you pair this with. Oh, I'd hate to say it. Do you play like Drud? Do you play like Drud Rocky Helmet in a Togekiss deck? Oh god, it sounds gross. Ugh. While you just find this thing and then just beat your opponent to death with it. Notably, it does have 140 HP, which means it's in the threshold of all the 150s. And even if you put Cape on it, if you do 150 in Geo, it's going to get it anyway. So, there is that. But my god, what a strong card. Alright, now we have Volkner. Choose one of your Electrive or Luxray, attach 2 electric energy from your discard pile to that Pokemon. So this reminds me a lot of Surge. It's like basically generating a new attacker out of nowhere. It's just that you don't have to worry about the lead surviving and then switching it out and then surging. Then also, you're not going to be losing all your energy off of your Raichu, for example, anymore. It's just, you get to keep what you had and build a new attacker out of nowhere. This might be really good in the Magnezone list, right? So like, let's say you know, your Magnezone doesn't have so much energy anymore. This can, you know, set it back up. This could set up a Pikachu out of... Oh, no, excuse me. It's Electrive or Luxray. So I have to see what those do. Yeah, it's not any electric Pokemon. That would be really insane. So we'll see how good this is, but still, just setting up an electric Pokemon out of nowhere seems pretty good. It's really just going to depend on how good those Pokemon are. I just wanted to show you guys this real quick while I'm trying to look for more spoilers. There is going to be another 45 win event coming, and this is what the emblems will look like, you know, just in case you wanted to know. Alright, so I found a couple more. So Porygon Z is 3 colorless energy, Buggy Beam for 80. Basically you change your opponent's next energy to a random energy. So that's kind of cool. We have some energy manipulation finally. And I think one of the biggest, most powerful cards in the set is obviously Cyrus. Probably the closest thing we're ever going to get to boss's orders outside of Sabrina. And it says, switch one of your opponent's damaged Pokemon, or a bench Pokemon that has damage on it, to the active spot. So if they try and run away, if you snipe something, you know, on the bench, you can then bring it up to finish it off later. So just a little bit more control, but with the stipulation, not like boss's orders where you just get to, you know, yoink it for free. There is a restriction, which I think is extremely healthy. Also, we have Porygon 60 HP, 1 colorless beam for 20, and then we have Porygon 2 80 HP colorless for 30. Let me take a look at this and see if I can make anything else out. I can't quite make out the Darkrai. Nope, I think we've seen all of these other cards. Yeah, I cannot quite make out the Darkrai. It's 110 HP, 2 darkness, 1 colorless for 60. But when I try and blow it up, it just gets even blurrier. So if someone in the comments, you know, could let us all know what Darkrai does, I would appreciate it. Obviously, this is not the entire set, but man, there's some really powerful cards in here. But nothing sticks out to be like too insane. Honestly, I think where is it? I think Togekiss is really sick. And where... maybe... I'm really worried about Rocky Helmet with... oh gosh. I'm really worried about this card with Drud, obviously. Like, Drud was such a huge problem last set, and now Drud's just gonna do 40 damage when you try and interact with it. So this might force us into a meta where cards like Luminion, Electabuzz, Zebstrika, Hitmonlee are even like more important. You know, might bring us into even more of like a Sabrina, Cyrus meta, because I mean this is just totally, it's totally nuts. I mean, you touch it and you get Farfetch'd. That seems really dumb. And they're turning like every wall into Drud with this card. So, you know, there's some cards that I'm very concerned about. But overall, the set seems really crazy, really fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the spoilers, my reaction to them. Please leave a like and comment if you wouldn't mind. Help the channel grow. I'd appreciate it. And I will see you guys soon.